Okay, good morning, candidates. Today we'll talk about a very important test of the GTO. The test's name is group discussion. So, what will we talk today? Number one, I'll talk about the salient points pertaining to this test. Number one. Number two, do's and don'ts which you must keep in mind when attempting group discussion. Okay, now salient points. This is the first test of the GTO and it is an indoor test, which means it is conducted inside a classroom. It is not a field test. Now, this is conducted on day 3 of your SSB. You all know the SSB process lasts for a period of 5 days. So, on the third day, this test is conducted, which happens to be the first day of the GTO. Okay, now in group discussion, you will have to go through 2 rounds of discussion. In the first round, the GTO will give you 2 topics and he will give you means the candidates, a choice of choosing any one of the 2 given topics. Now, in the second round, he will only give you 1 topic and you have to discuss that topic, that given topic. Now, no fixed time is allotted for this test. The group discussion does not carry a fixed time like many other tests of the SSB. Okay, now in some cases, some GTOs after giving you the topic, they give you 2 minutes, 3 minutes or maybe 5 minutes preparatory time so that you can think about the topic, make your points and then start the discussion. But at the time of discussion, you cannot refer to any notes or points that you jotted down. And some GTOs do not give you time. As soon as the topic is given, he asks the group to start the discussion. This thing varies from GTO to GTO. Okay, now first impression is the last impression. There is a saying in English, which I am sure you must have heard. Since this is the first test of the GTO, if you create a very good impact on his mind, he will carry that impact right till the end. He has got 9 tests to make you go through. This being the first, if you do well in this test, he will carry a good impression on his mind about you as a candidate. So, bear that in mind. Okay, now let's look at the qualities that are checked through this test. There are 4 things that the GTO checks in a candidate through this test. Number 1, knowledge. You will only be able to take part in this discussion adequately if you have sufficient knowledge about that topic. Number 1. Number 2, communication skills. Let's say you have sufficient knowledge, but you lack good communication skills. Then in that case, you may not be able to take effective part in this discussion. So, the second thing that he checks is how good are your communication skills. By communication skills, what I mean is, can you express your thoughts and ideas in spoken English? So, this is the second thing that gets checked. The third thing is confidence. Now, let's say you have knowledge, you have good communication skills, but you lack confidence, you are feeling nervous. You have never spoken like this in public. You have not done any public speaking. In that case, you may not be very confident of yourself. So, this is the third thing, how confident is this candidate about whatever he is speaking. And the fourth thing is behavior. Now, what is behavior? See, it is a group test. The GTO checks your performance in a group. So, during the discussion, how do you behave? Are you very dominating? Are you too aggressive? Do you keep interfering or interrupting other people's thoughts? If you disagree with somebody, do you give reasons for your disagreement, or do you just keep disagreeing with people whatever points they make? So, all this gets checked in behavior. So, if you display inappropriate behavior, the GTO may not clear you. Okay, so these are the 4 things that get checked in this test. Now, let's look at the do's and don'ts. First, the do's of the group discussion. What are the things that you must do? Number 1, you must take the initiative. Try and be the first, or if not the first, at least the second speaker. If you speak early, you will have more points to give. Now, let us say you have only 2-3 points in your mind about that topic, and if somebody who is an early speaker, he has already covered those points, then you may have nothing to speak. So, you will only get advantage from this test if you try to be an early speaker. Okay, this is the first point. Number 2, when speaking, please look at all the members of your group. Whatever you are saying, the points that you are making is for the consumption of all members of your group. So, please look at them eyeball to eyeball, but please do not look at the GTO. He is not part of your discussion. It is only the members, the other members, 18, 19 members of your group who are part of your discussion. So, keep looking at them. Number 3, a very important point, speech. A lot of candidates get rejected in SSB and also in this test because of flaws in your speech. Now, what is this point about? If your speech is very low, if people cannot hear you and the assessor, the GTO cannot hear what you are speaking, it will become a cause for your rejection. Connected with that, if there is no clarity in your speech, let us say your speech is loud enough, but there is no clarity, the words that you are speaking are not decipherable, then also this will become a cause for your rejection. And like I said, a lot of candidates get rejected because of this factor. Okay, number 4, stick to the topic. In a group discussion, you have to adopt a position, either speak in favor or speak against, right? Now, you must not digress from the given topic. If you digress, if you wander away, you must remind yourself and come back immediately on the topic. Okay. Number 5, be firm in making your point. Everybody would have his own points to give. So, if you think your point is a very valid one, be firm. You don't have to be rude, but you must be firm and be very emphatic in giving out your points. This will get checked by the GTO. Do not counter another member's point. You know, if you have to counter it with logic, with reasoning. Give reasons why you are countering his point. Otherwise, your countering his point will carry no weight. Okay. Number 7, this is a point that I was making earlier, stick to that position. In a group discussion, you have to adopt a position, either speak in favor or speak against the topic. You cannot change sides in a group discussion. This you can do in a lecturate, but not in a group discussion. For example, just to elaborate on this point, let us say that the topic given was demonetization. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? So, you have to pick a position, either speak in favor or against. Either you must give out reasons why it was good, or you must speak why it was bad. If you keep changing sides, it will go against you. Okay. Number 8, a lot of candidates falter in this. You have to be an active participant in a discussion. You will only be able to make your mark, a good impression on the mind of the GTO, if you take active part. If you remain silent or speak very little, then the GTO will not grade you favorably. Okay, now let us look at the don'ts of group discussion. What are the things that you must not do? Number 1, do not keep looking at the GTO. This is a mistake which a lot of people, lot of candidates make. He is not part of your discussion, he is an assessor. So, don't keep looking at him, whether he is, when you are speaking, if you keep looking at him, whether he is looking at you or not, then you are making a mistake. The GTO is doing his job, you do yours. Don't look at him, look at your audience. Your audience is your group. Okay, do not look down, up or sideways while speaking. Look at the entire group. Looking down, looking sideways is an indication that you are nervous. So, don't look down. When you are speaking, you have to look eyeball to your entire audience, to the entire group. Okay. Do not wander away from the given topic. A very important point. If you wander away and you realize you are wandering, return back to the given topic immediately. Number 4, Please do not use any slang or any unparliamentary language or words. This will indicate you are not being a refined and polished candidate. The GTO will immediately take note of it. Right? You have to use dignified language and words of the English language only. Okay. Do not interrupt any speaker while he is speaking. If you do that, that will go against you. Do not interrupt his flow of thoughts. Right? Also, connected with this, do not be too dominating or aggressive. You have to be polite, you have to be firm, but also polite at the same time. If you violate this point, it will indicate that your behavior is inappropriate. Okay, now with a little practice, you will be able to master the skill. It is very easy. Taking part in a group discussion is all fun and frolic. And by honing your skills, you will find that taking part in a discussion is all very easy, very simple. And by keeping these points in mind, you will create a very good impression on the mind of the GTO. So these are the do's and don'ts that I had to give you, and I hope you will keep these points in mind, and thank you very much.